Hello, welcome to this channel. Today we will dive deep into the intense developments surrounding Holly's hospitalization and the unfolding of Sophia's intricate schemes that have shaken Salem to its core. This article will explore every twist and turn, adding new insights and detailed analysis on how these events are impacting the characters and shaping the narrative in unexpected ways. Holly's dire situation in the hospital. The aftermath of Sophia's malicious plan has left Holly, played by Ashley Puzimis, seriously hospitalized, enduring both physical and emotional distress. Holly's ordeal began when Sophia, Rachel Boyd, spiked her drink and staged incriminating photos while Holly was unconscious, creating a fabricated scandal designed to ruin her reputation and break the trust of those closest to her. Adding to her trauma, a fire broke out in Holly's room caused by a fallen candle into the trash can, further endangering her life. The emergency response was swift, with Maggie, Suzanne Rogers, offering heartfelt comfort as Holly was rushed to the hospital. Tate, Leo Howard, deeply worried, paid close visits to support Holly during this critical time. Yet the emotional scars inflicted by Sophia's duplicity have caused a rift between them, as Holly struggles to come to terms with everything that has transpired. This harrowing event has not only put Holly's health at risk but also plunged her loved ones into a state of panic and confusion, especially as they try to unravel the true motives behind Sophia's vindictiveness. The hospital scenes depict a raw emotional spectrum, showcasing Maggie's tough but loving advice as she urges Holly to reflect on her decisions and relationships, particularly concerning Tate. This adds a layer of emotional depth, highlighting not just the physical risks but the lasting psychological impact on Holly as she faces betrayal and manipulation in what could have been a safe haven, her own life and relationship. Sophia's relentless quest for control. At the core of this controversy is Sophia's ruthless desire to control and dismantle the lives of both Holly and Johnny, Carson Boatman. Her calculated move to send an anonymous email to social services condemning Johnny and Chanel as unfit parents has resulted in devastating consequences. What seemed like a hopeful path for Johnny and Chanel to adopt baby Tesoro, the biological child of Sophia, has now been abruptly halted by Sophia's accusations, throwing their lives into uncertainty. Sophia's manipulations reveal a darker side to her character, one fueled by jealousy, obsession, and deep insecurity. Sophia's fixation on Tate, Leo Howard, further complicates her schemes. She strategically withholds information about the true paternity of Tesoro, stirring confusion and tension among all parties involved. Her ability to manipulate those around her, including Tate, whom she attempts to seduce only to betray later, exposes her as a master puppeteer in the saga unfolding in Salem. However, her increasingly erratic behavior and panic moments suggest her intricate web of lies may soon unravel, threatening her own downfall. This narrative arc deepens the intrigue, showcasing Sophia's transition from a schemer to a desperate figure, fearing exposure and loss of control. Tate's emotional turmoil and conflicted loyalties. Tate Black finds himself caught in a whirlwind of emotions as he grapples with Holly's rejection and Sophia's manipulations. In a heartfelt turn, Tate confides in Brady, Eric Martsolf, revealing his frustrations and the turmoil tearing at his loyalties. Tate's complex relationship with Holly is strained, largely driven by Sophia's disruptions and the mystery surrounding baby Tesoro's paternity. After learning from Kayla, Mary Beth Evans, via a DNA test that Tesoro is not his child, Tate's struggle intensifies, adding a profound sense of betrayal and loss to his character arc. The portrayal of Tate's vulnerability amidst the chaos injects a humanizing element into the storyline. His attempts to reconcile his feelings for Holly, resist Sophia's advances, and come to terms with the uncertain future paint a portrait of a man fighting for truth and love in an environment rife with deceit. His journey is emblematic of the emotional upheavals faced by many characters in Salem, caught between aspiration and reality. The heartbreaking fallout for Johnny and Chanel. Meanwhile, Johnny and Chanel face the shattering blow of being deemed unfit parents to baby Tesoro because of Sophia's underhanded tactics. The hopeful couple, who had anticipated welcoming the child into their family, find their dreams abruptly shattered by this ruthless interference. Chanel's devastation is palpable and adds a poignant layer to the storyline about trust, family, and the cruel twists that life in Salem so often takes. Their predicament highlights the collateral damage of Sophia's vendetta, showing the wider community impact beyond the central figures of Holly and Tate. Their ordeal not only disrupts their emotional well-being but also raises serious questions about the systemic vulnerabilities within social services and the ease with which misinformation can destroy people's lives. This aspect deepens the narrative's complexity, showing how Sophia's selfish actions ripple through and damage innocent lives. Support and conflict, the roles of Maggie and Brady. Amidst the drama, Maggie's role emerges as both nurturing and pragmatic. She offers Holly the kind of tough love that comes from experience, emphasizing the importance of self-awareness, especially as Holly navigates her feelings and the rocky landscape of her relationship with Tate. Maggie's advice is grounded in reality, challenging Holly to prioritize healing and truth over pride or resentment. Brady, on the other hand, is seen as a balancing force for Tate, providing counsel and support during a time when Tate is weighed down by doubt and confusion. His decision to order a DNA test on baby Tesoro is a pivotal plot device that moves the storyline forward, exposing hidden truths and unraveling lies. Together, Maggie and Brady represent the voices of reason amidst the chaos, encouraging the characters and viewers to seek clarity and strength even in moments of crisis. Audience reactions and thematic reflections. The fan reactions to these episodes highlight the emotional investment viewers have in the characters and their fates. Comments express frustration over Sophia's relentless manipulations and hope for justice and truth to prevail. Discussions around Chanel's mistrust of Johnny, Sophia's obsession with Tate, and the question of Tesoro's paternity indicate how deeply intertwined the characters' personal struggles are with larger themes of trust, betrayal, and love. This narrative arc delves into the darker human emotions, jealousy, desperation, and the consequences of deception, while also exploring themes of resilience, support networks, and the quest for truth. The storyline blends high-stakes drama with personal vulnerability, ensuring that each character's journey resonates emotionally with the audience. In conclusion, the upcoming episodes of Days of Our Lives promise to be packed with emotional intensity and pivotal revelations. Holly's hospitalization is not just a physical crisis but a turning point in the tangled relationships and power plays in Salem. Sophia's machinations, Tate's emotional battles, Johnny and Chanel's heartbreak, and the guiding hands of Maggie and Brady all combine to create a gripping saga that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Stay tuned for more updates as the drama unfolds. Part 2. Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. Today on Days of Our Lives, lives are shaken once again in Salem. Holly Horton faces a brush with death, Sophia's schemes threaten to destroy Johnny and Chanel's happiness, and Brady receives completely unexpected news that could alter his family forever. A tangled web at the hospital. The day begins at Salem University Hospital, where Stephanie meets with her mother, Kayla, in her office. Their immediate concern is practical: how to repair the chaos left behind by the recent power outage. But before they can make much headway, EJ DiMera barges into the room, ready to stir up trouble. EJ wastes no time making the moment uncomfortable. Instead of discussing the hospital crisis, he takes issue with Kayla's supposed side career. He accuses her of hosting Q&A sessions for the mysterious romance novelist Anastasia Sands, right in the hospital office. Kayla is stunned. After all, she's a doctor, not a romance writer. She can hardly believe what EJ is implying. Things take a more humiliating turn when EJ reveals he's been snooping on her computer. He suggests that being a secret writer of steamy novels would damage the hospital's reputation. Kayla is outraged at the invasion of her privacy, but before she can fire back too harshly, Stephanie steps in and reveals the truth. "Mom isn't Anastasia Sands," Stephanie confesses. "I am." The room falls into stunned silence. Kayla is speechless. EJ is smug at being half right, and everyone else present struggles to process the revelation. Kayla's first reaction is shock, but as she collects herself, she realizes something deeper. She is proud of her daughter. Stephanie has talent, drive, and creativity, even if her chosen path has been kept secret. Still, Kayla cannot help but be a little unsettled when she realizes some of Stephanie's stories may have been inspired by real-life experiences. Mothers don't always want to know such intimate details about their daughters. Meanwhile, EJ realizes he may have made a fool of himself. He had barged in ready for a fight, but now finds himself holding Stephanie's secret in his hands. When Stephanie confronts him, she makes it clear. She expects his silence. EJ assures her he will keep quiet, though his words are laced with just enough menace to remind her that Demaras never do anything without holding some leverage. Holly in peril. While hospital drama unfolds, danger brews at the Salem College dorms. Sophia, who has been meddling in everyone's lives lately, leaves the dorm after thanking Ari for letting her crash on the floor. What no one realizes is that her chaos leaves behind a ticking time bomb. Inside the room, Holly, exhausted from recent events, accidentally knocks a burning candle into a trash bin as she turns in her sleep. Within minutes, smoke fills the room. Dorms have rules against candles for a reason, and now those rules are proving heartbreakingly necessary. At the same time, Brady Black is at home, worried sick about his son, Tate. The power outage has just ended, and though most parents would have rushed to pick up their child earlier, Brady insists he was waiting for things to settle. His guilt is already growing as he realizes he should have acted sooner. Finally calling Tate, Brady gets only a groggy answer. Tate insists he's fine, but as the two are talking, the blaring sound of the fire alarm shatters the quiet. Smoke begins creeping through the halls. Brady doesn't hesitate, he races to the dorms. By the time Brady arrives, chaos is everywhere. Students are pouring out of the building, some wrapped in blankets, some coughing. Ari emerges from the bathroom just as the fire intensifies. Brady quickly spots the source, Holly's room. Inside, thick smoke makes it impossible to see. Tate and Ari rush toward the danger, desperate to save Holly. Brady grabs a fire extinguisher and battles the flames, his heart racing with fear. When he finally pushes into the smoke-filled room, he finds Holly unconscious. Without hesitation, he lifts her into his arms and carries her to safety. Tensions flare, and a slap heard around Salem. At the hospital, Brady waits anxiously as Holly is treated. The moments feel endless, each second filled with worry. Tate is shaken, but Brady notices something else. The boy reeks of alcohol. Realization dawns harshly. Tate has been drinking. The discovery sends Brady into a fury. His emotions overwhelm him, and he slaps his son across the face, a stinging reminder of his frustration and his deep fear. In Brady's eyes, Tate's drinking is not just teenage recklessness. It is a dangerous echo of the addictions that have plagued their family. As Brady bitterly reminds him, he is the son of two former addicts. He cannot afford to follow the same path. The air in the hospital hallway is tense, the drama heightened by family history and the near tragedy they've just survived. Yet amid the anger and tears, everyone still waits for the most important update: Holly's condition, Holly's fate, and Brady's bombshell. Finally, Kayla emerges from the room with news. Holly is going to be okay. The relief is palpable. Everyone breathes easier knowing that tragedy has been narrowly avoided. But the night does not end quietly. In a quieter moment, Kayla and Brady talk privately, and a shocking topic comes up: DNA testing. Though the details remain uncertain, something about Holly's rescue and Tate's crisis has stirred new questions about bloodlines, paternity, and family ties. For Brady, this news has the potential to change everything he thought he knew about his family. As Tate wanders off to speak with his ex, Brady is left in the hallway, staring into the unknown future. His son is struggling, Holly nearly died, and now this DNA question looms over him. In true Salem fashion, answers never come without heartbreak. And today's events prove that every life can change in a single, fiery moment.